That's why the accusations were so effective back then, because being called a Nazi was the worst thing you could possibly call someone.
A community that doesn't tolerate progressivism, but does tolerate Nazism, is going to start collecting Nazis. Nazis whose goal is to drive a wedge between the community and the left. Once the left acknowledges, hey, your community's developing a Nazi problem, the Nazis, who are, remember, trusted apolitical members of the community who might just be kidding about all the Nazi shit, say, did you hear that, guys? Those cultural Marxists just called all of us Nazis. Wedge. Similarly, any community members who say, but Nazis, though, are framed as infiltrators pushing an agenda, even if they've been there longer than the Nazis have. They get the wedge, too.
As someone who was right there at the time, and who still know many people who were there then too, there was no right wing. Not even infiltrating, there was no right wing. To be right wing back then, it basically meant you wanted fewer taxes. Other than that, you were 100% subscribed to everything the left was saying. That's why the accusations were so effective back then, because being called a Nazi was the worst thing you could possibly call someone. It was so bad that it was indeed a point of irreverent humor. Our entire generation was based on irreverent humor and resistant against the establishment. We joked about the Nazis to demonstrate how ridiculous it was. It was the butt of a joke because it was impossible. It's like saying you eat babies, in essence. It was absurdity, literally as humor. But then the actual radicalization began because of the left. If you entertained any non-left idea, you were ostracized. Every accusation of an ism or phobia were doors shutting. Doors the left had no interest in ever reopening. They did not spend a second on reopening doors because, as we have already seen, there was no point in talking to the right. And the moment that first door slammed shut, you were the right. And the left had all the power it needed and could consolidate even more by obeying their own doctrine.